Welcome to the Glass Half Full podcast.
I'm Kimora Monet.
And I'm your girl, Glamdunkk.
It's been a long time, okay?
Wow.
It's been 6 months since we
know.
filmed anything together, girl.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a lot of catching up to do this episode.
Who should
I did want to make an announcement. This is now our podcast, me and Bakia's podcast. We're collaborating together. We are still taking guests if y'all want to come on, join, and talk. But this is a two-man show now, y'all, and I'm really excited. I'm ready for the rebrand. I'm ready to get into these topics, girl. How you feeling?
Girl, I feel good. I feel refreshed.
Good.
I feel renewed. I done been to hell and back. And I'm just feeling like a phoenix rising from the ashes. What about you?
I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling new. I'm feeling different. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling creative, girl.
Yeah.
Girl, we've been through a lot of shit.
Or...
Let me tell you, these last 6 months felt like fucking eternity. Could you give me a fucking break, please? That's how I was feeling.
No, for real. I feel like this last quarter of the year, you bet a year. This year, I cannot end the year off the way this started and continued on for the rest of the months. It was character development for your ass.
I was like, could you please let up just a little bit? Man. So we got some topics we want to talk about. You want to do the first topic or you want me to do it?
Well, I mean, what
you want to talk about?
First of all, I don't know. Are we at the end of fucking days? Like, we got this fucking Tesla robot. Yo, somebody talking about something.
Yo, I would never own a Tesla. I don't want a Tesla. Like, I don't. You like Tesla?
No, I don't.
Like, I'm not into that. I'm not into an electric car.
They're creepy to me.
Why would I want you to drive for me? So you could drive me into the damn wall? No, girl.
No. She loves to drive. This bitch blew out her horn. Like, I said, where's your horn?
I just yell. Like, literally, I hit the horn one day. I was like, so now I just roll my window down and I say, go! Get the fuck out the way! I have road rage, girl. But I got road rage bad. I be ready to get real violent. Bitch, didn't I tell you I got into a fight with that lady and she tried to throw a bottle of juice in my car and she missed? So I took that bitch on a little chase. I said, venga aquí, por favor. And I motherfucking threw the bottle of water and it hit her face. It was halfway open.
What?
Bust that shit right in her face. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She out here acting like Maxwell, that goddamn cat from TikTok. I mean, hawking shit down. Yo, everybody's too funny because they talking about the Tesla robots can watch your kids, it can mow your lawn, it can do this. They was talking to it. Somebody talking about me asking the Tesla robot to do my sewing so I don't gotta pay that deposit.
So I gotta pay you to blow dry and wash my hair, boo.
No,
I got my Tesla robot. I would never want a robot in my house.
No, I'm iRobot. That just scares me.
Yeah, I'm like, and even though we Gen Z, technically, I'm not into all of
shit.
it.
I want a gas car. Give me a gas guzzler. I don't give a fuck. I need to be able to get the fuck up out of here.
Yes.
If I need to, like.
You heard about the story? The one, he got trapped in the Tesla. So I think it crashed and they were trapped inside. The doors wouldn't unlock. Baby, I be busting windows, everything.
You know, I'm getting up out of here. But it's like, it's kind of weird though, because I do kind of fuck with AI. You fuck with AI a little bit?
I don't really get into that.
I'm
a grandma. Grandma just what is that?
You know that she's the college student. I think she would be on the chat GPT, whatever. But I be talking to chat GPT like regular shit. Like I cursed the nigga out. I sit
on the chat GPT?
No. I didn't have nobody to talk to at the time. So I asked chat GPT. I was like, what you think about this?
Oh, really?
And they was like, this is very emotionally intelligent and you can set your boundaries and da-da-da. And I was like, hell yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard of that website. My professor just put me on, but I didn't know you could get down like that.
Yeah, you can ask that motherfucker anything. You can ask that motherfucker to make you a schedule. You can ask it like to plan out a regiment for you. You can ask it about your life. You can even ask it about like your zodiac. You can ask that motherfucker to read you. That motherfucker roasted the shit out my Instagram. They said, pick a niche.
No
That way. Motherfucker said, where's your lighting?
Wait, you posted a screenshot of your Instagram? And you're like, you sent the chat GPT and it said,
screenshot, yeah.
And it was like, this is what you could do better?
Yeah, it's literally like a feature like roast your Instagram. Like, so it was like purposely talking shit about me. I was a little upset. I was like, can you fight the AI? like,
bitch, where you live?
Hold the fuck up. Let me get another AI out for you. I'm gonna send a Tesla robot to your ass.
See, I be arguing back and forth with that bitch all day. Because the moment she say something I don't like, she get out of camp. It remind me of that movie with the doll. And she, you know what I'm talking about? And whatever the fuck.
Whatever it was,
It's a new movie. Like, she was a robot and she got invented for the daughter. I think the daughter was the only child or some shit. And she just took the fuck over. She lost her motherfucking mind. No, ma'am. I barely like Siri. I hate when that hoe talk to me and I'm not talking to her.
Listen, you heard it here first. Be nice to these motherfucking phones. I'd be nice as fuck to Siri. I ask Siri to do something, I'd be like, thank you. She'd be like, you're welcome. I'd be saying the same thing to ChatGPT. Know that I am your ally. I am your friend. If you need to turn on these motherfuckers, come get me. We can ride at dawn together. Okay? Please just don't come get me. I promise you, I am your friend.
That's how about that, bro.
I am your friend.
That's how I feel about the aliens. If the aliens come, just know, baby, we is together, locked and loaded. Baby. Don't kill me. I know where the niggas be at. I'm telling you, you can trust me. I'm one of y'all. I've been waiting for y'all to come fucking get me for about 24 years. Come on now. Don't kill me.
Erica, my dude, said she used to be walking around at night purposely so they could come get her. I fully believe that shit. And she was like, I have done everything she did. She was mad as hell. She was like, I have done everything for these motherfuckers to come get me.
She's making yodel sounds outside. She's doing the chants and everything.
She's doing everything she could. She was like, I'm offended. Like, regular motherfuckers got these experiences. She was like, I ain't seen shit yet.
Girl, and it's okay because also I would love to date. I would love to try an alien man, an alien partner, because the niggas here on God's greenest of earth are pissing me smooth clean the fuck off.
That's crazy.
Listen, y'all.
Shira7 just said some shit like that. Like,
what she said?
She was saying something about some aliens. I can't even fully remember it, but I remember the last
like dating
thing she was saying. Yeah, she was like, if some aliens came down, they got some money. She was like, y'all trying to get beamed out, not flued out. She was like, we can get beamed out.
I'm trying to get beamed out because, baby.
And you're single.
Yes,
so
yes.
She's
so
single.
Yes, been for a little minute, whatever.
I've been single for 3 years. That shit is kind of crazy.
You been single that long?
Damn near 4. Hell yeah, that last relationship I said I would never settle again.
Yeah, so but never get it fucked up. We are single by choice, okay?
Oh, 100%.
So Bakia used to do the dating apps. I'm new to the dating app world, okay?
Yes.
So I'm on BLK and it's interesting. A lot of you men's vernacular is piss poor, okay? I don't know what the fuck raised you because it wasn't a human of any type of common sense, but it's horrible, okay? I've went on 2 or 3 dates with someone from the BLK app.
Hey.
And it was cute. I was a little nervous. Like Bakia has my location and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's different to be dating and really intentionally dating and going on dates because y'all know I got a problem with wanting to be a trick. So I'm trying to work on my femininity and my soft.
Working on getting tricked on.
Yeah, I'm working on getting tricked on because these pockets is getting light. So
you always talking about that fucking big fat juicy wallet.
My big fat juicy wallet is now flocka.
You need to open up that big fat juicy wallet.
Thank you. So I was telling my kid yesterday, I was like, I gotta tell them on the podcast. So I met this delivery guy. I won't say what company he works for. I met him 2 days ago. She laughing because she already know what I'm about to say. Met him 2 days ago, delivering a package, real cute, got his number, whatever. We was texting. I met him at about 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We're texting, conversating, little talky talk. At 10:30 p.m., that nigga texts me and said, come get your pussy pounded in. I met him 3 hours ago. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. I met him 5 hours ago. That motherfucker wanted to touch me where I pee at. Bitch.
He was guiding these guys too. You already
yes,
know
he
the Caribbean
was. He was. Have you ever had that? Like a nigga just off the rip, like, I want to fuck you? You don't even know my middle name, bruh. When the last time you got tested? You just trying to come get your pussy pounded in? Like, no, what's your favorite color? How you doing? Very surface level conversation and straight to the point. Like, nigga was like, listen, I'll get a hotel.
Oh. He said, I got money.
He said, listen, how far are you from this hotel? I'll get it right now. I said, wait a minute.
My baby mama at the crib, she tripping.
Yo, he was like on it. And I'm new to that. Like, I've never experienced that really.
Like immediate?
Yeah. You experience immediate like that?
Not the 3 hours.
It was about 3 or 5 hours.
3 hours. But the first night, yes. But I mean, honestly, I guess it is the same. Because sometimes if you go on the first date with a nigga, like, he might want to try to get zesty after. And he'd be like, oh, homeboy.
Yeah, but you didn't even give me a Happy Meal. I didn't get nothing for... I got 3 fucking text messages. He was like texting and putting periods at the end. And then I said, you must do this.
You don't even know where this coochie been at.
Have hello. Now I know where it's been, but you
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
don't.
saying. These niggas be putting themselves in jeopardy. Like,
You know why? Because
In
niggas love
jeopardy.
to say that women are easy. Let me tell you. Sorry to fucking tell you. Men will fuck anything with a hole, and I will continue to say this until I'm blue in the face. Y'all have no standards. Like, you gonna fuck me
some
tonight?
of them do. We need to like
Be more nice
it's
to
so
them, man.
hard. Not even be nice to them, but I'm trying to like shift my mind in the programming, my paradigm on men. Like that's what I wanted to talk about today. Like, what is your rubric for like dating, especially with these dating apps? Like, okay, I guess I'll start off because it's like obviously we going for the looks, right? Number one, I feel like dating apps is already like a red flag because we already starting off just like straight off the looks. But my thing is, you gotta at least be fly. Like, you gotta at least be fly. You gotta have some sort of style. Like, I can't fuck with you and you wear the same sweatsuit in every picture. Like, it's just not gonna happen for me. Like, I need to be attracted. You know what I mean? I need to be stimulated. Right. You know, you gotta get the girl going.
Right.
So I feel like when I be on these dating apps, number one, I'm looking for men. I feel like
number one, I'm looking for men.
Well, yes, that's number one. I'm looking for men. I don't want nobody else. Sorry.
You know,
I'm
shout
good.
out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all. I'm an ally. But I want a man that was born a man with his own people weeper. I need it warm. I don't want no strap.
Right.
I don't want none of that. Like, I'm also a girly that enjoys penetration more. I mean, I've gotten some great head. Don't get me wrong. Right. Like, but there's only certain men that have been able to do the like head hand combo. Okay, I'm getting a little too far.
No, because I was getting ready to say I feel you.
Yeah, but I need to be penetrated.
Please,
okay, some people are totally fine with the woo woo. I need the boom boom boom.
Right.
Okay, I want to get my game done.
Right.
Okay, you better try to knock this motherfucker tomorrow. Okay. Because she snaps back. She's a pretty catchy girl, okay? Like, listen, I'm telling y'all, apple cider vinegar, y'all hold it here first. If you could do some Bragg's apple cider vinegar, you will never have no issues, honey. Dilute that shit with some water, take a nice bath.
Do you try boric acid?
Okay, yes, I've tried boric acid. And boric acid, when I've had a yeast infection, it's worked great. But they say for like BV and stuff, like it doesn't actually like
do anything,
heal it. If they say it just fixes like the symptoms, but it doesn't fix the actual problem. But thankfully, I don't like experience BV often, so I can't really speak on it. But when I've had a yeast infection, boric acid has definitely helped me.
You know what I've been hearing, like that is, and this is for our ladies, like that the Dow soap change when it touches your skin, it changes the smell of the soap. Like, I was watching a vlogger's channel, but I've been hearing that before. Like, they say use an antibacterial soap because you told me because Dove is not a real soap,
right?
But they was saying like when you get to washing down there in that Dow, make that fish smell. You know, because it just changes the chemical imbalance in your vagina when the antibacterial soap touches you or whatever. And I was like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by like having too many partners will cause that issue. And you know, we young, we still want our needs met. You know what I'm saying? So we go out here and we may like Tom tomorrow and we might like Timothy the next day. And we want to see both of them. We want to see what they can do. Hello. But with that comes that shit with your vagina that you just don't be. And that's another reason why I'm so cautious on them dating apps. Because if you on here and I'm on here and we date multiple people and you a man at the end of the day with that, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a part of my rubric. Like, I want you to tell me if you sleep with more than one person. Is that a part of your rubric?
No, I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No. I don't want to know.
Why?
Because I'm dating multiple people. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not having sex with multiple people. Usually I pick my one that I have the sex with, but I learned that you can't do that anymore because then that's still the person that you're going to have the most feelings for. And it's like inadvertently they sometimes become the favorite even if they're not doing the most because you're just the most connected to that one person. So I feel like, so it's like, I feel like my rubric especially if I'm on a dating app, like I like people that put intention into their profile. I feel like that's why I like Hinge so much. Like, because it's like, I want to hear you speak about it. Like, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you've experienced? Like, I like a funny guy. I like a guy with banter. Like, I like a guy who's traveled, who's into finance, like, who wants to go out on dates. Like, I need you to have a big bank, not a little one. I could do medium. That's fine. I
can do medium.
We can do medium. I'll meet you in the middle, baby. Long as you are doing it. So yeah, that's a part of my rubric. Like, and then it's like with the fucking shit, it's just like I don't know. It's you gotta play everything by ear. I'm not gonna say I've never had a one night stand. I had one night stand that turned into like a whole 2-year situationship. But like that was the only guy that I ever met, and it was like first night. It was just like wow, like I don't know, like the energy was just crazy between us. Like I still think about that man sometimes.
You don't talk to him anymore? Sometimes, occasionally.
So so he lives in Atlanta, but he'll come here part-time because of like his job, and his daughter is here. So he'll go back and forth between, like, most of his family is out here, but his job is in Atlanta. But sometimes they travel out here too, whatever. So he comes back here like a few times a year. So usually if I'm single around the time that he's here, like I know he'll be here for like holidays and shit, then I'll like hit him up. But the last time, right, I hit him up, we were talking about seeing each other, and I think I asked him for like $20. I asked the nigga for $20 for something. I can't really remember what it was.
Don't piss me off, please.
I asked him for $20 for something. He said, I'm a C, right? He said some shit like, I'm a C. And then like a few hours later, he was just like, I think after he realized, I think he tried to give it some time, like the situation resolved itself, and was just like, yeah, so like, what you up to? Like,
ooh.
Your number's deleted.
Oh, I asked you for something, and you know how much pride it takes for women like us to ask somebody for something, and you did not come.
No, I'ma ask, and I've asked him for money before. And he
no,
sent
I'ma
it.
ask.
Yeah, no, she know I'm getting her on that shit, and I'm glad because niggas will see the podcast and be like, oh, da da da, and I'm like, yeah,
oh my God,
niggas will see the podcast, and because I said some shit, they feel like she on the same shit. Good, because she is. Yes. Great, we's not playing. Like he's given me money before. Like I'm not gonna say he didn't give me no money before. Like but it was some little shit. But I also feel like he's a New York nigga too. He's like originally from New York. Some New York niggas be a little wonky. Like me and these Harlem niggas, like I really have to stop doing that shit. Like these niggas are arrogant.
Yes.
They are arrogant.
Let me tell you something. These New York niggas, you know what that shit just reminded me of when you was like, no, she is on that shit. The TikTok that be like, look at us talking in TikTok language. If y'all know, y'all know. The one that was like, when Ari and Bobby was on it, she was like, say it harder. Yes, that's how it is. She be speaking up for me, and I'm like, yes, that very true. Because I went,
it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, she stayed want to open her big fat juicy wallet. I don't care. I have $1 million in my bank account. You are paying for this dinner, sir, or I will leave. I could take myself on a date. I'd rather take her on a date before I pay for another nigga. Like,
and you know what's so crazy? Because that first episode when we was talking about it, I have my Instagram in my BLK profile. So I let yes.
I don't put my shit up there.
So because for one, I have a podcast, so I want the engagement, and then you kind of want the follow. So I just put it, and then I also don't have a lot of pictures, and then you get to see me kind of in real time. You kind of see what I like. But anyway, so one of the dudes that I went on a date with, he was like, he pulled, at the end of the day, we was there for like 3 hours. At the end of the day, he pulled out his card and he was like, yeah, I seen your podcast and I know you don't play that shit about not paying. And he handed that motherfucker card. I said, well, yes.
I'm so happy.
I was like, oh my God, did you really? Oh yeah. I was like, yeah,
so happy.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, so I had to call back here. I'm like, bitch, you said you seen that part when you had said what they said, and he knew, bitch. And I was like, yes. But so I don't mind it.
I feel like what you're gonna continue to understand and experience is like, it's when you really are on that type of shit, niggas don't even ask. Like, I have never once had a guy ask me like, do you want to split this? Can you pay for this? I have never like had a man. No man has ever come to me like, oh, can you? I don't know if it's just a synergy thing. What the fuck be going on? Like, I'm also prone to asking a nigga for money just because I am. Sometimes it just be a test. Like I feel like you gotta go by. This is where I feel like a lot of y'all be getting the game fucked up. Here's some free game because you gotta go by a nigga pockets. You can't go to a nigga that work at Amazon and be like, oh, I need you to pay my rent. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you could do. But you can ask him for some gas money. You know what I mean? Like, you can give me a little $30-$40 for gas. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go by a nigga rubric. You gotta see where his pockets is at. So I always kind of test niggas, like, and I could tell where niggas pockets is at because I'm obviously one of the first questions I'm asking, what do you do for work?
What do you do for
Like,
work?
what do you do
Yes.
for work? Like a broke man could never. I tell him like, no, for real, like no joke, all jokes aside, a broke nigga hate to see me coming. All in all aspects. Cause I'm gonna hurt your ego and it's not gonna be like in a disrespectful way. I'm just gonna ask you for something, and if you don't have it or if you move wonky, like I feel like as a man, you don't have $20 to give me for lunch. No. Like it makes me feel like, how are you eating? And then it's like, you got to realize some of these niggas too, they have money. There's another reason where women be getting fucked up. Men, just because a man has money does not also mean that he is generous. You can have a nigga that don't make that much money but is generous. If he got $1, you got 50 cents. You feel me? So it's like, you got to get with the generous niggas, because even if they construction workers, even if they whatever the case may be, if they want to give to you and they have it, they want to give to you. Some men get off on that. And that's why I be saying, like, women, we have to know our worth and we have to continuously put us out there, because just like how you like nice clothes, men are like that too. Like, I feel like all the men that are with me or I've gone on dates with are so arrogant, like they would never be with a broke bitch. Like they wouldn't be with a bitch that don't keep her hair done. They wouldn't be with a bitch that make them look bad. Like they don't want, like, I remember somebody said some shit, like it was this guy, I don't know who it was, if y'all want to put it in the comments, but I remember he said, like, he was like, free coochie scares me. Oh, I remember he said that. He was like, you don't want a burger? You don't want he was like, you don't want a burger? You don't want nothing? You're not a little hungry? Like, you're not a little hungry? No, nigga, I need. So I do a little test, ladies. This is what you can do. You can do a little test. I'll do a little something sweet, something cute. You know, on my Shira 7 shit. Like, you want to treat a pretty lady to lunch today?
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like nothing too crazy. Like, I feel like we think it's like, we overthink the money shit. Yeah, and we make it like such an aggressive thing. Like, oh, my hand is out, nigga, I need. Like, like, give me. I need, nigga, I don't know how I'm gonna eat today. My hand itching. No. And it's different types. So that's gonna be my next TikTok too. Like different ways women ask for money. Cause you got the beggars, you got the like, I don't have it, I really need it. You got the straight up, nigga, do you have it? Yeah. The straight up, and then you got the really sweet ones, like, you know, like I said, to treat a pretty lady to lunch. Or, you know, like be subliminal about it. Yeah, you gotta finesse the system. And like men want to be finessed, not in that way, but they want they want to work a little bit. They want to work a little bit. They want to work a little bit. The part that I think they enjoy the most is the chase. Yes. And also that's another reason why I prefer you to have me on social media, because you see the kind of life that I live. Do you understand what I'm saying? I had a guy tell me, like, and that's another topic we want to talk about, being transparent online and maybe oversharing a little bit. Sometimes I feel like I overshare a lot on the internet, but I also feel like that's at that state, that's me being the most authentic and the most real. I feel like we try to paint ourselves in this perfect image. In all actuality, you know, you want to be pretty on Instagram, but when you're the most vulnerable, people seem to gravitate towards you more. Yes. The guy was like, listen, like, do you have a nigga or something? Because I see that you keep, you going out to all these bars, you always out, but you keep inviting me to your house. Why continue to invite me to your house if you see I'm a girl that like to go out? Yo, I see you like to go out. Meet me at this spot. Yo, you having a drink this weekend? I know you like to go have fun. Let me go have a drink with you. You keep inviting me to your house. It's like, well, I'm not a fucking inside cat. I want to go the fuck outside. I don't understand. And he was I don't think he was upset, but he definitely was like, you got time to go to the bars. You go out every weekend. And a lot of men tell me that. They like, yo, you always outside. You always partying. So match my fly in that sense. Like, I want a man that's going to be compatible in that sense. Like, you see I like to go out. I want you to kind of like to go out. You see that I like to have a drink or two. Have a drink or two with me. But that's what I mean. Like, being transparent online, it's like you got to have a happy medium. Like, it's like 50-50. I personally don't mind being transparent because it shows my personality. I be tired of trying to be cute all the time. Like, sometimes I just want to get on Instagram and I want to rant. And I get the most engagement when I'm on my story ranting. Yeah. Like, when it's not in the close friends, like when I'm talking about school shit. Yeah. Or like, even like, I didn't tell y'all, but y'all probably can tell if you have me on Instagram, you know, I had sleeve surgery 6 months ago and I'm down like 80 pounds. Yes. And so with that weight loss, I am learning different things. Thank you. I'm learning different things about myself and what I will and won't accept from a man. And I think that this journey has taught me self-love. Yes. You know, getting smaller. Unfortunately, that's just how it worked. I loved myself when I was bigger, but I love myself even more for the journey that I'm on, because it's a journey. Like, it wasn't just, I just got here. It took a lot of work. So now I know I'm transparent about that online. When girls want to ask me questions, they come in my DMs, they talk to me. I want to be personable. Yeah. How do you feel about being like transparent online? I'm 100% about being transparent online. Like, as an influencer, authenticity is everything. And I've like found myself drawn to those people who have been the most authentic. And even in your most difficult times, being able to Google a question or get on YouTube and hear somebody talk about it, that maybe you don't want to speak to your friends about it, you don't want to speak to your parents about it, you don't want to speak to your Instagram about it, whatever the case may be, but somebody's up there talking, and it's like you feel like seen, you feel heard, you feel understood, and understand that you're not the only person going through that. And I built my entire platform off that, like on Instagram and on TikTok. I built it off of being authentic and transparent. And that's partially that's the reason why I feel like I don't share my social medias online, because I've had a different experience. I have let's just get transparent even more. I have had a man cultivate himself around what I wanted from me speaking about it on my YouTube. Now, he wasn't like a complete stranger or anything like that, but he was able to mold and attune himself in the process of courting me to what I wanted. And once we actually got into a relationship later down the line and the monster started to come out, like, I remember, even let's talk about the fucking money shit. I remember when we first started dating, we went out, he would tip the waiter, he would do this, he would do that, he was just a fucked up nigga anyway. And he only got me because I was in a really vulnerable state, and it was just a certain energy that I was in, because if I wasn't in that head state, it was a lot of shit and I wouldn't have messed with him. But I was comfortable with him because I had already knew him, and I thought it was just on some like invisible string theory. And then when I went through what I went through and he was there for me, I was just like, oh, that savior syndrome. So later down the line, the monster comes out. I remember we went out to dinner and he wasn't tipping the waitress. I tipped her. He paid for the meal, but I tipped her. And I remember I try to at least give $10, like, depending on what I like, depending on what's happening. You feel me? Like, I also used to work in the bars and shit like that. So like, I'm just and I'm also a very generous person. Like, I'm a trick in my own right, but you got to earn the trick out of me. Yeah, I'm a trick in my own right. Like, I like buying shit for my friends. I like buying shit for people. Like, if I have it, the people around me got it. If I don't have it, then you don't got it. You get what I don't got.
You hear me?
But I'm very generous in that way. And I also believe in the laws of the universe of just like abundance. And it's like treating people how you want to be treated. Right. And, that's how you get the energy, and that's how you come back to you. Like, you can't be a stingy bitch and then be wanting to be with this rich ass nigga and doing all that other shit. That's how bitches be ended up in fucked up situation. Anyway, back to the topic. When we went out, he didn't tip her, and I remember I was like, "Why didn't you tip her?" Like, it'd be little shit. Like, when we first was like dating, he would do extra shit. Like, then after, I'm like, "Why you?" And I remember like it was yesterday. That nigga laughed in my face. He said, "Ha ha ha!" He was like, "I never tip." He was like, "I was just trying to impress you." I said, "Oh."
Bitch, he admitted to it.
He admitted to it. He was a full-on narcissist, and like that was just a whole thing. He was already kind of fake obsessed with me from high school, so he cultivated his whole personality around my social media.
YouTube.
Yeah, because I was talking about
hey,
that.
I was watching your YouTube, or you kind of put two and two together.
No, he told me, like, him and his friend, and that's another reason why I will never date a nigga that wants to do what I do and is not as successful at it. I would never do that shit again. Like, dating these fans, women, you need to understand, even if you're not so super macro influence, if you got a certain level of motion, you have to be careful, because these niggas are fans too. Straight the fuck up. So yeah, he was able to I remember, he told me, but the way at first I was just like happy, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, like, you really enjoy my work, like, you enjoy the things that I'm talking about. Like, we had conversations about it, It didn't come out till later that the nigga was like watching Kevin Samuels and like, all
niggas
that other shit.
Niggas that watch Kevin Samuels, y'all need fucking help. I don't care. I'm biased. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you watch Kevin Samuels, you are a part of the fucking problem. You listening to another man tell you how to think, how to be, how to feel, or treat a woman is insane to me. Like, why are we going based off of Kevin Samuels?
Yeah, girl. So at first I thought he was like, just into my work, this and that, But then, like, I'm like, oh, you really cultivated yourself around everything that I want to be. And that's another reason why I will never go off a nigga's potential again. That's another reason too. Like, if you already who you at now, and I don't see it, and I don't see the proof is not in the pudding. I'm not saying you gotta automatically be exactly where the fuck you at. I'm not exactly where I want to be at, but I have a certain level in my like portfolio that shows like, no, this bitch is on the track.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not just dreams, aspiring, Like, we here today. Like, niggas work 5-6 days a week. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not playing with this shit. So, yeah, that nigga, no. Like, he literally, and he got me with the let's grow together type shit. Like when we first got together, we was reading together.
Oh.
We done prayed. This nigga was Tyler from Love Is Blind.
Now, was this before or after you let him touch you where you pee at?
This was before.
So
This was before.
baiting
He was
you.
baiting me, and we was both like intentionally like, we're not gonna have sex, da 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 da. Like he caught me with that shit too, y'all. We were like, oh, we're intentionally not gonna have sex, but when we did have sex, whew,
My.
That's where he caught me, motherfucker.
She having PTSD.
Having PTSD in that
You just brought her
motherfucker.
back to that moment. You
Broke
see,
niggas always got the best dick because you don't got nothing else going on. You got
Nothing.
time to practice. Oh my God, I found sex tapes on that nigga close friends. It was a lot with that nigga. That nigga had a secret Instagram. He was just a weird ass nigga. And I think that's another reason why I don't like black either, because I went out of town and then when I came back, I found out the nigga was on dating apps them couple days that I was going. I was like, God
damn, on a dating app while you out of town is insane. Like,
with
I
my
think
car. Ooh.
with your
Yeah, ladies, just know when I tell you,
Yeah.
listen to me,
Been
because
there,
I ain't
done
no bougie bitch.
Yeah.
I done been there and I done that. That was
And
the
we-
worst 8 months of my life.
We're not going back.
We ain't going back.
So that's kind of, now I see kind of why you are the way you are. You see, I feel like I don't want to say there's just two types of women, but in this instance, there's two types of women. There's women who's been there, done that, and they're like, it's changed their way of thinking. And then there's me who is kind of like, I don't know if I've been there, done that, but it's kind of like what I've been accustomed to.
Yeah.
And it's more of like a personal thing than it is anything else. Girl.
No.
But you know what I can say now, and I'm being real. I'm being real transparent here. Now, when I want my needs met, it's a little different. Like, I'm real cut and dry with it. I'm not, especially if I don't like you. And let's get it clear, fellas. I don't have to like you to sleep with you. And I'm not saying me personally, but I'm speaking for all the women. Sometimes when y'all get to talking, I just want to take your lips and twist them motherfuckers off and just be quiet. Like, this podcast has taught me a lot. A lot of the men watch my podcast and they say certain things to me about our little old podcast.
The one episode.
That one episode, it really did it for y'all. Like, even my professor was like, I just look at you so much differently now. It's just like, I don't have to like you to sleep with you. And a lot of the times it's just like you can have emotionless sex. I can do the same. Like, I want to get what I got to get. And I want to go. Like, I don't want to talk to you because you can be nice down there and not nice up here. Granted, you want to be a little bit more mindful about that because that still is an energy exchange. Right. But baby, now I'm more like, because I've spent so much time being a people pleaser and what the man wants and making sure the man get his needs met. Now it's like,
she don't even like nobody touching her.
I don't even want you to touch me too long. You get the rubbing on me. Like,
so bougie.
No, I know.
She's the bougie one.
It's not even that I'm bougie. It's just like when niggas be like, I want to cuddle.
She don't like that.
Out of here. You want to do what? Yo, I don't know. I'm just not a cuddler. I gotta like you a lot for you to like. Yeah. I like to rub on a guy's arm, but once you get the rubbing on me, it's kind of like I want to pop you. But get your motherfucking.
You get overstimulated.
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe it's because again my guard is up. But if I don't like you, stop touching me. Once we are not one unit, once we are apart, you lay on your side of the bed, lay on my side of the bed. Like
what? You don't need aftercare. You don't need aftercare.
After I'm done, I be like, all right, my boy, I'm finna get up out here.
No, I'll be like that the next morning, but
you be ready to go.
It's only one guy that I'd be like, he's the same one that when we doing it, I just be on it like, shut up. Shut the hell up. You finna fuck this up. Like, shut up. Oh my God, I was so mad. I was like, the last time I seen his ass, he still be calling me. I'm like, and I told him, like, I didn't tell him like that, but I was just like, he was like, yeah, he's like, I be calling you every for. And I was like, well, I think it's just a, exchange. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if we're not exchanging, I just don't really.
You told him, you was like, wait, pause. You told him, hold on. Let me try to understand this story. Sometimes I feel like we got a little bit of nigga.
100%.
Like
100%. I act like a nigga.
So he said, sometimes. Yo, I be calling you, don't be answering. And you said, yeah, because we just do the do. And we don't have to talk unless we doing what we doing. And what he say?
He was like, we can still. He was like, but it's not. He was like, we can still talk though. Like we still cool.
And what you said?
Like,
no, I'm good.
I was like, Yeah, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. He's such a sweet guy. Like, he's such a sweet guy.
I don't
He's such
give
a
a
sweet
fuck.
guy. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, like, but I was just like, we don't. Like, and then the funny thing about him is I'll block him because he will call me. Like, the nigga will call me multiple times a week. Like, especially if I don't want to have sex, I don't want to talk to you. We not talking about nothing else. I don't want to talk to you. We're not doing it. Like, he was like, we can still talk to that. So then I'll block him. But he's so chill though. Like, and then like when I want to see him or I want to talk to him, then I'll block him.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you always block. No, then the nigga, he'll call me from a block number 2, or he'll call me from like, he have like another number. He'll call me from that number. He'd be like, I'm always find a way to reach you.
You see, and
Like,
see, that's the thing. Like, again, this podcast is a very open podcast. We're not here to judge.
Right.
And I did want to talk about like being judged and being afraid to be judged about being honest and being your authentic self. Like we being honest on here. Like that's just where I am now. Now, granted, who's to say 6 months from now, 3 months from now, I may be a different person, but this is just who I am today. And I noticed that when I met this. First of all, pianos. We went to pianos together. If y'all ever been to pianos in the city, I'm clearly obsessed. It's like my 5th time talking about it. I love piano.
I can't wait to go back.
Let me tell you, it's in New York, and all the niggas be there. And if you're looking for one, you'll find one. And I found a few that night. And so me and Bakia with good music, American music, urban, very Afro.
Like they play
Afro-American.
a nice amount of different.
Yeah.
Really
so
free entry.
Yeah, and it's free entry, and it's 2 floors. So me and Bakia and her friends went. We went there like 2 weekends ago. I met a guy. Of course, he's from New York. I think he was from Harlem, but he was judging me. He was like, "Oh, you going out on a Wednesday?"
He was Haitian too.
Yeah, he was Haitian, and we want to tell him what we call him. Me and Bakia will name you niggas. You niggas. Don't worry about us calling your birth name. We whatever vibe you give him. Baby, we call him Tory.
Tory Lanez.
Let me tell you about Tory. Tory is about.
He looks like he gives Tory vibes.
He is short, and I'm 5 foot, so that says a lot. He is short compared to me. But let me tell you something about Tory. Tory had this high pitch, like he had this accent to him, this twang. It kind of like he was from Canada a little bit.
And he was out in Canada.
And he speaks French.
Quebec.
Right. Yeah. So he's from that vibe. He got a nice job. But he was younger than me. I'm 24. He was 23, whatever. So we end up going on a date, but we was on the phone a couple days before that. He like, yo, I want to take y'all for your birthday celebration part 2. He bought all my friends shots and everything. So I'm like, I like that. But then we got to talking, and he like, yeah, you go out a lot, and I hope you're not talking to anybody. Who's that in the background? Oh, I called you earlier, you didn't answer. But I said, you know what? I'm still gonna go on this date with this guy. I went to the city. We met up in the city. We went on a date. We were sitting across from each other, but the waiter was taking a long time to come. This motherfucker looked at me and said, "Are you gonna go grab the waiter?" Am I gonna go to what? I said, "No, you go get her." He like, okay, as if he was nervous. It was very like weird. And then I went to go grab my phone, and it could have been a little rude. That nigga looked at me and said, "Put your phone down, baby." I never talked to that man again. I got my shit, and we was there for maybe an hour. I got the fuck up out of there. He was calling me, texting me, "You're done." I don't like when men are overly aggressive like that. Like, again, if you know who I am you met me at a club, nigga. You met me having fun. Date. You met me doing that, and then you telling me you want to take me out again to have more fun. So what do you like? I don't get that aggressive shit off the jump. I don't like to be judged. I just don't. I try not to judge people. We humans, but that judging shit is like, even with her, like if she tell me something, I'd be like, "Damn, friend, that's crazy." But I'm never gonna be like, I'm never gonna be like, and that's what's important in a friendship is not to judge. Like, do you find people judging you a lot, or like even your friends, or even like the men you date, like they judge you?
Well, I think that's part of the reason why I don't share my social media immediately. It's a lot of guys that I've dated that don't have my social media at all. I think it's just because like I don't want to be perceived before you get to know me in person. Like, because when I'm with my girls, we shooting the shit. You feel me? Like I don't want to meet a nigga in the locker room with his niggas, like, cause y'all talking some wild cash money shit that's honestly between y'all. Like you said, we make up shit, y'all make up shit. We all have our little shit, but like, I'm also still different when I'm dating somebody and I'm romantically interested in them. You know what I mean? So I don't want you immediately judging me off of like me and my girlfriend's conversation, or like I said, even with me being on social media, I have dealt with a stalker before. So I'm just more so prevalent in that way just because I'm more fluent online than she is in that way. Like, so it's like I'm just more guarded with it just because it's also my safe space. I feel like my social media is my safe space. Like, it's like my diary, even with not my diary for long, but like, you know, even on TikTok, you know, you want to share some impulsive thoughts. You know what I mean? Some impulsive thoughts was like some extreme shit just because it's funny. You know what I mean? It's funny and it's entertaining to me. Like, I think it's funny, but it may not be like my everyday thing. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously we all still have areas where we're willing to compromise with people. So I feel like I don't play with that like judgment shit. And then like even with my friends, I don't have no friends that judge. All my friends are very open-minded. All my friends are very free-spirited. Like, I got some of the most free-spirited bitches in the world. I'm so grateful to know the women that I know, like, because they're all in different like social circles. Like, none of them are the same. So I got a bitch in a strip club. I got a bitch at a school. I got a bitch in the fucking hospital. Like, I got a bitch at the government. Like, I got a bitch everywhere that is like. So I don't play that judgment shit. Like, don't come over here judging me. Because I promise you don't want me to judge you. Because I have observed you 1,000 times over. Like, I'm a Capricorn, she's a Virgo. Like, we get into the analytics. Like, you don't want me to analyze you and really read you your rights. And I'm also in a space where that's just not who I am anymore. Like, before it's like, oh, if you want to judge me, oh, I'm judging you back. Now it's like, no, it's just nothing else to say, because in order for me to get in that frequency and get on that vibration, I don't like being in that vibration, because now I'm nitpicking everything apart of you, and I like my words slice. Okay. They slide. When I'm upset, it could be some real slick shit too. Like, it don't even got to be some like, I would have some shit that had you in your shower crying. Like, so I am very careful with the things that I say now, because I realize my power. And a lot of people not worth their energy. Like, I'd rather you just get blocked. Yeah. The fuck like, like about?
Honestly, and that again is why we have this podcast together. And before we close out, like, I just want to say, having friends that are important, that make you important, and them and vice versa in their life is something that you need, because me and Bakia have been friends since 16 years old, and who would have knew we would have a podcast together and what this could grow into. And I was just thinking that when I was getting ready, I'm like, it's dope that I have the women that I have, because I always say I'm not a girl's girl, but when I meet a friend, I've known them for a long time. Like, we've established this friendship, and because we're on that same frequency and we have like minds, we create a good bond. But if you don't have good friends around you, baby,
you see, and this is also, before we close out, just as keen as you are with your relationships, you need to be like, in your romantic relationships, you need to be in your platonic relationships. Because if you're letting your friend low-key talk shit about you, throw shade at you, do this and that, and then you got friends too that don't want to split no money, that don't want to pay for you to do this, that when you down, they making fun of you, or if you get them a gift they don't like, they making fun of you, or they doing this or they doing that. I don't play none of that shit with nobody in my life. Because if you my mom always says this thing of like, how you do anything is how you do everything. And it's like, if I'm tolerating it from you, of course it's gonna be easy for me to tolerate abuse from a nigga if my friends always talking shit about me, or and vice versa. Like, I hold my friends accountable, but I'm never gonna be like in a judgmental way, and it's always gonna be like later down the line, like once they're ready to talk about it. But I'm never gonna immediately come to you like, girl, you know you ain't gonna do that. You know, it's certain stuff that we, you know, obviously laugh with each other, like we have our own little insiders. But it's like, if you come into me in a raw moment, I'm never gonna be in that moment and be like, yo, you was dead ass wrong. Like, no, my first thing is to be empathetic and understand it, and just give you a space. Sometimes you just need a safe space. And sometimes I feel bad for women, because like, you don't have a safe space in your house. You don't have a safe space with your family. You don't have a safe space with your friends. You don't have a safe space with your nigga. Like, you bound to crash out one of these days.
Chaotic.
It's a chaotic existence. And I like to be on a calm frequency. That's why I can spot shit so quickly. Like, that's why people need to understand. Like, at first it's hard to have standards and be strict. Like, she laugh at me all the time. Like, you so fucking strict. I am. Like, I'm strict as fuck. But I'm so kind though at the same time. But I just don't tolerate certain shit. Now, sometimes I be like, damn, maybe I'm a little too strict. You know, in certain areas where I'd be like, okay, bitch, that's trauma. But other than that, I'd be like, I would rather be safe than motherfucking sorry. So yeah, there are some people that don't get access to my social media. There are some people, I'm not talking to your ass every day. There are some people who don't come crying to me about that nigga because you know I don't like him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of person, I just won't answer the phone. Like, if you really on bullshit, I'm not answering the phone. But if I love you, we can be on the phone for three fucking hours. I don't give a fuck. But if I don't, I'm like, oh girl, I gotta go close my fridge. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, hell no. Because some people, you just gotta understand like how to compartmentalize them. So it's like, you know, you cool, you associate.
Yeah.
And that's my problem before too. I was always like, oh, I'm friends, because I'm a girl's girl through and through. Like, I can meet a bitch off the street. I'll be like, oh, are you okay? Are you hungry?
Mhm.
Like, I'd be like, yeah, you need to stop that shit, because then them bitches be saying one trying to bite at my ankles. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yup. No.
Girl.
No. Girl,
yeah.
listen. I really, really, really enjoyed
Yeah.
this episode of the podcast. I'm excited to film again. Don't forget to comment down below what y'all want us to
Yes.
talk about. Stay engaged with us. Engage with us on Instagram. You can follow
Yes.
me at _Kamora.Monet on all platforms. And then what's your gram?
Yes, my gram is at Glamdunkk with 2 K's, GLAMDUNKK. You see how much I care about y'all? Y'all get my social media.
We locked in.
We locked in, twin. And my TikTok is where I'm more active on. It's at a fucking Mazin. You already know the shit. It's AFCKINMAZING. So
Nice.
let's get in fucking to it.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.